we see it so blatantly obvious with that with when you look at black versus white when it comes to like how many years they're sentenced for drug charges. You know what I'm saying? Like black people, a lot of times we get 25. Like no matter what, we get high numbers, no matter what the drug charge is. Whereas white people get like 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something that's not that significant. Whereas it's a complete reverse. You look at that Brock swimming rapist nigga.
Yeah.
They say, yo, you don't get to go to jail because it's gonna ruin the rest of his life.
And it's gonna be too hard on him.
It's gonna be too hard on him.
It's gonna be too hard. He won't be able to handle it, bitch.
And
I mean,
the guy who stopped him and beat him up, they tried to throw him in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I stopped a crime and I'm about to go to jail. That's crazy.
Yeah, we seen worse.
I mean,
remember when they be talking about that good guy with gun? Remember that one guy that fucking stopped the shooter and then the cops came and they killed him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
Just gotta keep exposing it, and we did our part.
I saw a video. There was a cop, two cops, a man and a woman. They were at night going through somebody's yard to do like a warrant. I don't know if it's a no-knock warrant or what, but they were trying to go serve a warrant at somebody's house like late at night, and I don't know if it was a neighbor or if it was actually this person, but they see two random people walking in their yard, so they let their dog out on them, and the dog was biting the shit out of the woman, and the male cop, pulls his gun out, and he's like trying to shoot the dog, and he shoots the cop in the leg, and he's just like, oh God, he's like, what happened? She said, you fucking shot me. He's like, oh God, and then the camera like cuts off or something.
Yeah, didn't that family with the dog get sued because since the officer had to use his weapon on the dog, they like punished the family so they're blaming the family for the cop getting shot, because if they had the dog, they would never been in the position to have to use it.
It's bullshit, but I didn't see that, but I wouldn't be surprised either. That's fucking bullshit.
That sounds like some shit they would do.
Yeah.
It's blaming on me.
It's like textbook cop.
Facts.
That's some shit they would do.
As they literally have it for homework when they're trying to be a cop.
Right. Oh, okay. We know what to do in this situation.
Who's the blame? You shoot your partner in the leg. A dog bites your partner in the leg. You shoot at the dog, and your partner gets shot. Who is the blame? Is it A, the dog, B, your partner, or C, the person who owns the home who had nothing to do with any of the events leading up to you shooting your partner in the leg?
Check this one out. There's a case that there's 4 kids, or maybe even 5. They break into a house. They're trying to break into a house. The cop comes on scene. They run. The cop fires, kill the guy, right? So one of the burglars got killed by the cop. Mm-hmm. Because the cop killed that guy, and they were committing a crime, them 4 other people got charged with murder.
Oh, yep, they can do that.
The 4 other people that were running got charged for murder?
People that was with them, that was with the one, because the cop killed him,
wow,
they got charged with the murder and not the cop.
That's bullshit.
Yep, they can do that if you're with them committing a crime.
That's bullshit.
Crazy.
That's why they say we need to the whole system gotta go. Everything gotta change.
Yeah, it's all baloney.
Honestly, we need just one system. It don't need to be different state.
For every state. Exactly.
Whatever happens in Virginia needs to happen in Colorado. It's too much to where, and I think it was like that because we didn't have this information to benefit ourselves, because that's how they get away with stuff. They say this is this at this case, but if we didn't know case law, we wouldn't know what to defend ourselves with from other states. But
And
Yeah,
having
it's
a
just a lot with this fucking country. Yeah.
and plus having a unified, like it being just one would prevent like a cop that gets fired in Colorado from moving to somewhere else and then getting hired to their police force.
I'm sure there's some way that this is the way it is supposed to benefit us.
To benefit them.
Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, obviously it does benefit them, but I mean, theoretically, well, yeah, I guess I get what you're saying. Not us in this room or on this podcast. But
none of the parties involved.
but in theory, I think it's set up this way to benefit us just in case of a situation like, for instance, let's just use weed because that's an easy example. So with weed, there's obviously the Fed laws, but each state has their own laws in regards to it. Even ones that are illegal, they got different punishments. So it's like you can get caught with weed, let's say North Dakota, maybe it's not legal there, but it's not the same as getting caught with weed in Oklahoma. Like that, Oklahoma's one of the ones that give you the harshest penalties for weed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's where the benefit comes in. So if you're in North Dakota, you're not going to be getting 15 years for a gram of weed because that's what they do in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the different state laws would benefit you in some instances like that.
I think you can still like have it like it's just one. They're kind of like the army. It's just one, whatever. But you still have different. Like if you're stationed at Colorado or something, you still have rules you got to follow for wherever you're at. But if you fuck up in Colorado, you can't just go somewhere else and fuck up. Once you're out, you're out. You can't just. I wish that's how it was, but people, even in the same city, you can fuck up in one department and just go to another department, and you're gravy.
I mean, your fuck up just has to be spinnable. You know what I'm saying? They got to be able to spin it in a way that you learned a lesson, type of thing.
Then I don't think they even need that.
You know what I'm saying? He learned a lesson.
It can't be big enough that you get in time.
Now.
Well, no, I mean it could be.
You can still get time though. Remember that one guy that there was a police officer that shot that guy. He had his hands up on the ground. He was trying to help. What's the proper way to say it? Autistic guy.
Person.
Yeah.
Or they were mentally ill or something, but he was laying in the street with that guy. I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he shot him. I think they sentenced the officer. Or they suspended him or something for like maybe 2 or 3 years or whatever. And then after he got off of that, he could go back to the force. So it's like, okay, you got a punishment, but now you can go back to doing what you were doing before.
Mm-hmm.
Before that. If it was somebody else, they'd be struggling to get a new job. If it's just a regular dude.
Yo, like this reminds me of this story though I heard earlier this week. In Texas, Spectrum Cable guy. Did y'all hear about this? Mm-hmm. So, a woman was murdered by Spectrum Cable guy who came out one.
Oh yeah, I did hear
one
about
day.
that.
This was in 2019 though, but the settlement they just settled in court or whatever. But the guy came out to her house one day, and then the next day on his off day, he went and murdered her, stabbed her to death, and took a bunch of credit cards and went on the shopping spree. And then, so obviously he got caught, but the judge, Spectrum is ordered to pay $7.3 billion to the family.
Yeah, I think it's because they had previous warnings for that guy, or that guy was like they knew he was a liability.
Yeah,
or something like that. Or they had like opportunities to, because I guess he came to them saying that like he wasn't like mentally well or whatever, and they just kind of like brushed it off and scheduled him to go to that lady's house like the next day or something like that. So Yeah, that they fucked up.
No, yeah, that's exactly basically it. He had several fishy incidents that happened prior, and then also they didn't do a thorough background check. I think is what it was. They said too, like they just did some weak background check and just brushed it under the rug. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm assuming he must have known somebody there. Like I wonder if that was the type of situation. Like maybe the manager was somebody he knew in high school type shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was
Give
just
him a
like,
chance.
yeah, exactly. Just doing him a favor because he's like, yo, I turned, I'm good now. I'm just trying to get it something steady, blah blah blah. And then he went and does that. But yeah, they were ordered. They were ordered to pay $375 million for like that's like the murder settlement, and then the $7 billion is for the negligence portion of them not doing thorough background checks, especially just when you think about the fact that these cable and satellite companies, they have your address, they come to your house, you know what I'm saying, they're in your home, they're basically staking out your home when they're coming over here to set your shit up, potentially, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
theoretically,
If they're on that vibe,
if they're
like,
on that
hey,
vibe,
I'm gonna kill somebody.
Mm-hmm. So and it's just like, damn, man, like that's fucking wild. That's like, it's no words.
It's negligence to the highest degree, for real.
Straight up. But R.I.P.
That's so sad.
R.I.P.
That's so sad.